We should tell you, and as we said at the top, this is the only hour on American television that is not broadcasting unfiltered propaganda into the homes of unsuspecting viewers. On the screen, you see 8 boxes. Those are 8 different TV channels taking the Nancy Pelosi feed unfiltered. Now, if at any time in your life you've ever made fun of totalitarian regimes that, broadcast lies into the homes of the population that they can't turn off, take a look at that. That's happening right now. Meanwhile, gas is over $5. Inflation is higher than it's been in the lifetime of most Americans. Violent crime is making cities impossible to live in, and more than 100,000 Americans OD'd on drugs last year. Why isn't there a primetime hearing about any of that? Charlie Hurt is the opinion editor of the Washington Times. He joins us tonight. Charlie, great to see you. I mean, if you take 3 steps back, what we're really watching is members of Congress talking about themselves again.
Yeah, absolutely, because the alternative is for them to have to talk about policies. And if they talk about policies, they have to talk about and it's not just their failures of, all the failures we see right in front of us, gas prices, crime, an open border, fentanyl deaths. You can go through, the list is endless. And if anybody got out of Washington, any of these people got out of Washington and talked to normal people, they would realize that American people are very, very concerned about a lot of things. This is not one of them. But then you step back even farther and you look at just the cavalcade of lies that Democrat politicians have made in their promises to get elected ever since even before Joe Biden came to Washington. Whether it's solving health care problems for poor people, ending poverty, or providing public education to people, they failed on all of these fronts. And the reason and I call this the third failed impeachment trial of Donald J. Trump. The reason they have to talk about this stuff is because they can't talk about those other issues. They have to distract everybody from but then it's even crazier than that, because when you get to the issue of security and you start thinking about what people, whose businesses were destroyed in these riots that Democrats supported in the year running up to the election, and you think about the security, think about the parents whose children, they fear for their children going into an elementary school today. And Democrats control both chambers of Congress and the White House. They have not done a damn thing to protect children in schools.
Yeah.
Beyond that, the third branch of government, the judiciary, we have Supreme Court justices living under the threat of their family being assassinated, and Nancy Pelosi will do nothing about it. All she can talk about is this day a year and a half ago when she was afraid, or they were afraid of some goofball trespassing nutty rioters coming through the Capitol. I think that what we're seeing, and I think all this is going to backfire. And I think what we're seeing right here, and I think it's great. I mean, that image you just showed of all the networks of obedient people, obedient networks showing this thing on command. I think what we're seeing is the final swirling of credibility for the media and Democrats going down the drain. I think they're going to pay a price, and I think this spectacle right here is going to make it even worse for them, because the difference between their concern here and the concern about anybody else, including school children in elementary schools, it's breathtaking.
You and I entered journalism about the same time, over 30 years ago. It seemed honorable then. It seems completely shameful now. It really does. Shameful. Charlie Hurt, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Great to see you.